Hey, welcome everyone to our fourth episode of the series called You Know Nothing, where we cover the latest news, strategies, and all the new releases around the SIF, the miniature game. I am the Brick, as you all know, and today I got Kai back again to cover the new Winterfell Champ attachment. Yes. All right, Kai, why don't we just talk about Starks right now? I heard that you were playing in the World's Team TTS event. It's going to be a mouthful. Yeah, how did Starks perform in the event?
Well, Stars did pretty well. I think they had pretty good win percentage. Great John was everywhere. Some people even use two Great Johns on their two list, which is a bit boring for me, but I can see why they did that. Tully Cavalier was again the most used unit this time. Some units bring one, some units bring two, but I don't think I've seen any list with zero Tully Cavaliers. I also like.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Okay, sure.
Yes. Yeah. I also brought one, but my best unit, the one that brought me the most success, was actually some of the new infantries, the updated Mormont Bruiser, which I added Rickon there. That was my favorite unit for the tournament. Won me so many games, and I also had really good success with the Karstark Spearmen with Howland. So don't just rely on your Cavaliers, boys. There's a lot of good units.
Yes, so we're going to look at one new attachment this day that came from the new unit, the Winterfell Guard. It's called the Winterfell Champ, as I previously said.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start analyzing that new attachment called the Winterfell Champ. Alright, so what is the Winterfell Champ? It is the new attachment from the Winterfell Guard box. It has Winterfell's Wrath, which gives crit blow and weaken token upon a successful charge. An offense ability on its own, it provides more punch with certain units. But crit blow isn't always reliable on its own. But a couple of rerolls that you can see across the faction and maybe highest attack dice that help to synergize this ability. So Kai, what do you have anything to say?
Well, there's two ways to get rerolls, right? You either charge or you get a free reroll from abilities. And luckily, Stark has a lot of ways to recycle charge. Well, you can use Arya to retreat. You have some commanders that have cards that give you free retreat. So. And that's probably why we're going to be picking the same commander for today, because there's one obvious guy who can bring the most charge. It's also why I'm pretty sure we're going to see Roderick NCU at some point today. So
yeah. Okay, so let's start to look at it deeper. Let's see which unit it shines in. So there are a lot of Stark and neutral units from this attachment to fit into. And Stark is naturally a faction that wants to charge and be engaged. So the three combinations that I think of in terms of units so far are the Karstark Loyalist, the Umber Berserker, and the Umber Great Axes. Why? Karstark Loyalist has something, the Ferocious Assault, is it? Yeah, which gives it that charging panic token. When upon successful charge, the enemy get a panic token. So when you charge with this guy, they get two condition tokens instead of one. They also have Vicious, if I recall, and yeah, it's a good synergy over there. House Umber Berserkers for clear reasons because they roll 9 dice with highest attack dice. So that has a lot of value if you got rerolls. And House Umber Great Axes is because I know they only roll 6 dice, but if you get any crit blow, it becomes a nuisance because that's an additional hit that they have to save on the 6. Yeah.
I personally really like Bog Devils for them, because Bog Devils give you rerolls, which you can use for the Bog Devils themselves. Bog Devils likes giving tokens because it synergizes with their poison, and very importantly, Bog Devils can retreat for free because they have sudden retreat, right? So you will always be charging with those guys. So.
I think it's Swift Retreat, but yeah, I think it's that, yeah.
Swift, sudden, same thing.
Yeah, same shit.
It does the same thing, right? So
yeah. All right. So next up, let's look at the tactics cards. Yes. All right. There are two I have in mind for obvious reasons again. Devastating Impact. Why? When you charge, they get all 3 tokens. Why not? And the second one, which I talked about, was Winter's Might, because with Winter's Might, you not only get Sundering, but if you have only one rank, you get reroll, which is actually where it comes into play, because you want rerolls with Umber Berserker with 9 dice.
9 critical.
9 crit blow.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something to think about. It's not a bad idea. All right. Let's start to look at the NCUs. The 2 NCUs. We brought this up earlier already. The first one is obviously Roderick Cassell NCU.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Rerolls! It's always the rerolls. So you want to use his 2 order tokens for the rerolls. Yeah, so it's not a bad choice. Gives you a lot of flexibility when you want to use it as well. Second one obviously is Arya. Why? You can do a hit and run thing where you constantly charge in and charge out, charge in and charge out.
Yeah, and Arya is just solid all around. Every time I play my other factions, Arya is the one I miss the most. Especially if I play most infantries, right?
Yeah, you know why you haven't bring Arya as much?
Why?
Taliketh.
That's actually true. That's actually true. Again, boys, use other units, please.
Yeah, if you stop using Taliketh, which is not, ideal sometimes, you get more use with Arya, because Arya can only work with infantries for her ability, if I recall.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. All right. So now that we break down the NCU, do you have any other NCUs you can think of before we continue?
No, I think those are the most obvious ones. Yeah.
Sure. All right, so let's move on. We're going to start showing you what we put in our list, and let's start discussing how they could perform. All right, in this segment, we will look at lists and start comparing. The first list that I have built is called what I call the Bouncy Rob Stark list. Sorry for calling it that.
Okay.
Why? Because there's a lot of free retreats. I'm just going to retreat and charge you like no tomorrow, so I can get value. Yeah, okay, anyway. The Cranmerman Board Devil is great because it also gives precision and reroll. So you can combine precision reroll on that unit with the Winterfell Champ, which also gives it crit blow. So you get precision, crit blow, with a lot of Umber dice, so that you can get roll 9 dice with precision crit blow. Yeah, it's a mouthful. Yeah, it's a rule stack thing. At the same time, you can combine with Winter's Might and Northern Ferocity for more impact. So that was part of my idea. Rob Stark also has a couple of movement cards, like the hit and run, where they can attack and then retreat, or sudden retreat, where they just retreat. Obviously, I also put Arya in my list so that I can just get mobility or to retreat. And I also have a Roderick Cassell NCU for that extra reroll.
You will never not reroll in this list.
I will never not retreat, and I will never not reroll.
Yeah. The other thing that's also important is that it has tactical reposition, which helps you get the first charge to begin with, because sometimes you can be outside of your opponent's charge range and then you move in. So again, this is a very mobile list. And as I said, I think Rob's probably the one who can use this attachment best. So yeah, I think we have pretty much the same idea here. Slight variation, slight variations. Yeah.
Okay. So now let's take a look at the next list. I believe I have built a Vargo Holt list. I know it's a little out of the way. All right. So, can you guess which condition token Vargo Holt likes?
I wonder. Maybe it's the one that he makes. We can.
Correct. And which token does Winterfell Champ give?
When it charges, sure.
Yeah, when it charges, but it's just that flexibility. But the whole idea of this list is a condition token spam list, because you got Vargo Holt with tokens, you also have Winterfell Champ with tokens, and you have Devastating Impact. So you have a lot of other things you can give tokens with. Karstark Loyalist also gives Panic Token upon charging. I think people have been sleeping on Vargo Holt in Karstark Loyalist because Vargo Holt has the card called Crippler's Infamy, and you want them to fail that panic test, but you also want them to be weakened. So, so you use the weaken to deal additional damage, but you want to guarantee that panic test fail, and that's where the panic token comes in.
Right.
Yeah.
Why did you not bring Shay? Shay's also another weakened.
I would love
stuff.
to. Maybe I should cut Aya for Shay. Maybe I don't need Aya in this list.
Maybe
That's
not here.
something to consider. Yeah, I could cut Aya for Shay.
Hmm.
But as you can see, I have two Umber champion. Umber Berserker with Winterfell champion. So it's gonna be quite a sticky list to kill.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's also a Tali Cavalier in there because I just had spare points and I might as well slot that in.
It's a good unit for as often as we tell people to use other things, it's still probably the best Lance Cavalry in the game. So, if you have 8 points, you might want to bring at least one.
Yeah. So that's part of the game plan.
Mhm.
Yeah. Alright, so with this list done, we're now going to start looking at Kai's first list.
Okay.
Kai's first list is a Roderick Cassell list, as in a Commander Roderick Cassell list.
Yeah. So this is also a list that spams tokens from weakened to vulnerable, and Roderick can benefit a lot from tokens, right? He uses it for his cards, and so when you charge and you generate a free token immediately, that helps you with cards like Press the Advantage, which gets stronger the more tokens there are. Here I put Roderick in Bowman because I think it's just the most flexible platform for him. He can shoot from afar while dropping tokens. I put the Winterfell champion in Bog Devils for reasons that we have mentioned already, that it will always retreat, it can get rerolls, and the cool thing is the when you put a condition token for free, and also the poison, it synergizes, right? Because the damage goes up, and this is also why you bring, as the NCU, I brought the Eddard 5 points so that they can't then use a bag to erase the damage or the tokens or the poison. I really love that NCU. I think it's a very tactical
combination.
Yeah. And then, I brought Umber Ravagers there, also because they can generate tokens when needed. And finally, Stormcrow Mercenaries with Sandor Clegane to bring more tokens. So, again, tokens are everywhere in this list, which we have the same idea, at least, a little bit for it.
Sure. But I guess, why do you bring Sansa in this list?
Well, for Roderick? Oh, my God. Yeah. You recycling... Roderick has some of the most high impact cards. We have Press the Advantage. I really like Martial Superiority, especially when you already have so many weakened tokens, right? And when you recycle them, people hate it. Press the Advantage can take away so many things, shield walls or So I just really hate defensive tech. That's why I play Roderick.
Right.
Yeah. So. Yeah, just for recycling those Roderick cards, really.
That's a good idea. Yeah, good idea. Then Catelyn. Okay, Catelyn, sure.
Yeah, Catelyn's good all around.
Yeah, I mean, your NCU lineup has no issue. There's an Umber Ravager, Winterfell Guardian. Mm-hmm. I guess, yeah.
This is just because I didn't want to be boring and bring another Toli Cav. So, okay. And Umber Ravagers give... I had an extra point, so I just put it there.
Sure. So if someone wants to swap it for a Tali Cav, they could.
Absolutely. It'll probably even do better if they do that.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
We'll see about it.
Yeah. Okay, so I think we covered this list enough. Let's start looking at the final list. Okay. Right. You made a Robb Stark list as well. So let's take a look at that.
Yeah. So we had, again, same idea, because Robb Stark in Bog Devil is just great. Like, you charge it retreats, it heals, right? So it's a very tanky unit. Toli Cavalier, because Toli Cavaliers are great. I brought Cranaxman Tracker because they're just really good 5-point sports. Now, the Winterfell champion I put here in Golden Company Swordsman, which is slightly unusual, but it has free rerolls, right? So it will always get rerolls and criticals. Technically, you can get critical from his order, his one surround order, but I find that I use it a lot for the defense. So this way, for the defensive component of their adaptive style. But this way, I just keep getting rerolls with criticals for free, and I think that's a good combination. So this is a bit experimental. Technically, I haven't tried this yet because I haven't tried this on the table because I haven't gotten the Winterfell guard box yet. But I will definitely try this combo. I think it's fun. So
Sure. I guess your list. I guess Golden Company Swordsman is still such a weird unit to try with this combo. But I get the rationality. It's just but it makes sense because you can combine with Winter Smite, so then you still can get the Sundering. That kind of makes sense.
Yes, can.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
I guess my same question applies on why do you bring Sansa?
For the all the good cards. Look, recycling assault order is great. Okay, that's a joy. That's a joy in life. So yeah, and getting sudden retreat also pretty good.
Sudden retreat would be good. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm just comparing the two Rob lists. I like that we both put Crenomantor.
Yeah.
Rob.
Okay, so for me, Rob goes in two things, right? He either goes in Crown Huntsman Bog Devils or he goes in Dervishes. One of those two. I think.
Stormcrow Dervishes, you mean?
Yes, Stormcrow Dervishes. What did I say?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
But unfortunately, because I wanted to try bringing Golden Company Swordsman here, I can't bring the Dervish, so I have to pick.
Yeah, no issue. I guess we're just gonna try out this new attachment when we get our boxes.
Yeah,
we need to get our boxes in Asia, so hopefully we get it soon.
That's the fun part about new boxes, right? You get one new attachment, which is one model, and then you try it on so many different units and see how it performs. That's one of the joys of Song of Ice and Fire for me.
Yeah.
One model changes so many things.
Yeah. It's a upgrade tool that works differently for works similarly across different units, but application could be slightly different.
Yeah. Combination of the skills matters a lot. So
yeah. All right, so let's start to close out this video. Let's head to our closing segment. All right, with all that said and done, what do you think the Winterfell champ will be like in the meta? Like, where do you think they'll be? Will they be essential, or will they be situational?
Okay, so at a glance, I think it's one of those attachments that you really have to build around because it takes a bit of a combination to make their abilities go well. I do not see it yet as a top tier attachment, but a lot of boxes tend to surprise people because when they come out, people say, you know what, this is not great, but then suddenly somebody finds that one right combination,
right,
and it becomes a meta. So we'll have to wait and see because people haven't played this model yet on the table. So
sure, yeah, I'm gonna get my box as well. I'm gonna try this list. Maybe in the next month. All right, so let's finish up the video. So once again, thank you everyone for joining us today. We also thank Kai for helping us with this video.
Always a pleasure.
No problem. Thank you for coming. Okay, if you like to see more of such video, let us know in the comments below. Help us share the video and subscribe to our channel. So thank you everyone. So see you next time. We'll see you next time in You Know Nothing.